is here to weigh in on this subject. We welcome Donovan McNabb to the show. Donovan, how we doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. It's good to see you, but I'm actually going to start with Max on this one. Max, do you think the Patriots D is as good as Shanahan says?
Yes, especially right now. You know, it's not just, he brought up the kind of versatile type of players they have and flexible schemes. I mean, one of the difficulties in playing the Patriots is who do you prepare for, offensively and defensively? Who do you prepare for? They're a different team week to week because they're preparing for you. They're adapting to what you do and taking stuff away that you do. Difficult to anticipate precisely who they'll be, or at least look at film and game film and say, okay, we're playing that team. No, that's going to be a new team. That's part of it. And part of it's talent, sure, and the coaches putting them in the right position. But a big part of it's also they're healthy. The Patriots defense, when you look at it, is a mostly healthy defense right now. And this time of year, so it's not just they've been good all season, it's that they've won the war of attrition with the season compared to other teams. One of the reasons, one of the many reasons, they're in the Super Bowl. They're a healthy defense right now. Show me a healthy defense this time of year, and I'll show you a good one. And in addition to that, they're a good one. I think Shanahan's right.
Well, listen, the Patriots...
Max, let me add it.
Go ahead, Donovan. Go ahead, Donovan. Go ahead.
You know, the thing about it, you're absolutely right, is they're healthy. But the most important thing about this football team is they're a sound defense. They're bend but don't break. And that's what has made them successful over the years, going back to all the way when Teddy Bruschi was the linebacker for them. When you're playing against this defense, you have to play mistake-free football. That means up front you have to block your guys and keep a body on a body. And for running backs, continue to protect the football, get as many yards as you can. And in the passing game, take what the defense gives you. A lot of times quarterbacks that play against the particular defense, they try to take shots. We go back to the Ben Roethlisberger game where he tried to throw the ball downfield to Hayward Bay, end up being behind him for an interception, tip balls, you know, things of that nature when he played against the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoff game. You know, Alex Smith and Travis Kelce did not connect on about two or three passes there, and which led them to punting the football or kicking field goals. Against this particular defense, what Kyle Shanahan is talking about is when you play against this defense, you have to be at the right place at the right time and be able to make the play that's there to be made. So what he's saying is absolutely right. But for me, being a quarterback, I look at Matt Ryan and I say, Matt Ryan, you've been playing flawless football over the last 9 weeks. Everything that we've seen from you has been the MVP-type calendar. Don't try to change things just because you're in a Super Bowl by trying to take shots downfield. If you have Sanu that's open at 6 yards, take them. If you're running backs, Freeman, and also for Coleman, if they're in the flat, take them. Don't try to hold the football to create a bigger play than what's really there, because methodically you have to move the football downfield, and that's when teams have been successful versus this defense.
Well, see, for me, it all comes down to this. I mean, I think Julio Jones is the kind of guy that's going to get his. I'm not sure about Gabriel or Mohamed Sanu, even though they can make some noise. The key to me is Coleman and Devontae Freeman. I mean, what they can bring to the table, catching passes out of the backfield. Do the New England Patriots have linebackers or safeties that can cover these guys? I think that's a huge question mark, and I think that's the kind of thing that you have to monitor, because the beauty of Sanu with Julio Jones and Gabriel is that you're going to have to defend these guys. You can't take any of them for granted. So that's going to really open things up for those backs out of the backfield to catch some short passes, some screens and things of that nature. Plus, it's going to take some of the pressure off of Matt Ryan, who's not going to have to drop back and pass ad nauseum to subject himself to some hits that the Patriots are fully capable of providing against them. So I think you monitor it and you respect New England's defense in that regard. But the question is, have we really seen New England tested this season to this degree? The answer would happen to be no. The 2 best quarterbacks they've gone against thus far is Tyrod Taylor and Russell Wilson this season. They really haven't gone against much else. When they played against Pittsburgh, even though they destroyed Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game, during the regular season, they had to go against Landry Jones. And so as a result, they didn't really get tested during the regular season. They're going to get tested in the Super Bowl. It's going to be something new to them, unless you take into account the experience of Bill Belichick, which obviously goes a long way.
You know, Donovan, I want to respond to what you said. I totally agree with that about the Patriots. I would describe it as a quicksand defense. The more you struggle, the quicker you sink. And what highlights that and the way they take advantage of that is their offense is the opposite. This is Tom Brady's greatness as much as anything else. If it's not there, throw it away. I mean, not only does he get rid of the ball
Right.
quickly, but he'll get rid of the ball quickly just to throw it away. They never force anything. So while they're just playing the odds constantly, the other team starts to feel desperate and struggles faster and sinks quicker.
Right. And to add to your point, you know, one question that a lot of people have raised about the New England Patriots is why were they so successful versus the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because they played zone defense. If you play man defense versus the New England Patriots minus Gronkowski, you have a better opportunity to jam the wide receivers, throw off the timing of the passing game, and possibly bring more than they can handle in the blitz. Now, it's the direct opposite versus with the Atlanta Falcons. You do not want to play them man-to-man because who are you going to put man-to-man on Julio Jones? You want to put Malcolm Butler with no safety over the top against Julio Jones? I really would not do that because it wouldn't go in your favor. So what they're going to do is they're going to play a little bit of zone. They're going to have a safety over the top of Malcolm Butler. They're going to have Ryan on Sanu.
Hold on that because we want to get into that and share some sounds on that Julio Jones subject that you just brought up. And I know, Stephen A., you had praised him on your final take for him staying out of the headlines for the wrong reasons. But he definitely made a case for best wide receiver in the NFL in the NFC Championship game. And he's not concerned about going up against the Patriots defense, who is #1 in points allowed here.